Hello students, today let's understand the chapter Landscape of the Soul of class 11 written by Natalie Troveri. The chapter is about how different the Chinese art form is from the European art form. The writer uses two stories to make a contrast of the two art forms. Let's begin. A painter named Wu Dazi, who lived in the 8th century, was assigned to decorate a palace wall by the Tang Emperor Xuanzong. It was his last painting. The painter hid his work behind the screen, so the emperor only could see it. The emperor, upon looking at the painting, admired many things in that painting, like discovering forests, high mountains, waterfalls, floating clouds, men on hilly paths, and birds in flight. The painter then made him look at the cave in the painting, which was at the foot of the mountain, and compared it with the living spirit. As the painter clapped his hands, the entrance of the cave opened, and he let the emperor know how beautiful the inside of the cave was, and he asked him to show all this to him. The painter entered the cave, and the entrance closed behind him. The emperor couldn't enter the cave. As the emperor was greatly surprised, the painting vanished from the wall. After that, the painter was never seen again. So हम देखते हैं इस तरह की स्टोरीज जो क्लासिकल एजुकेशन चाइना में होता है वहाँ पर बहुत बार लिखी गई हैं. Similarly, the books of Confucius and Zhuangzi are full of such stories as they help the master to help and guide his followers in the right direction. These stories were considered to be deeply revealing of the spirit, just like the art. There was another famous story in contrast to the previous one, where the painter wouldn't paint the eye of the dragon. He feared that the dragon would fly out from the painting. It was one of the stories from many others which came from a medieval country in Western Europe. अब 15th century में एंटवर्प में एक मास्टर ब्लैकस्मिथ रहते थे जिनका नाम था क्विंटन मैसीज, एंड ही फेल इन लव विद द पेंटर्स डॉटर. अब जो लड़की थी उसका फादर पेंटर था, तो उसको बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं था कि एक ब्लैकस्मिथ उसकी डॉटर से शादी करे. तो ब्लैकस्मिथ ने सोचा कि मैं अब ऐसा कुछ करता हूँ जिससे पेंटर मुझे बहुत पसंद करने लगे. सो वन डे व्हाट द ब्लैकस्मिथ डिड, ही स्नीक्ड इनटू द पेंटर स्टूडियो एंड पेंटेड अ फ्लाई ऑन हिज लेटेस्ट पैनल. The painting was so real that the master tried to hit the fly away before he realized that it was just a painting. The blacksmith was accepted into the studio as a trainee. He married the painter's daughter and later became the famous painters of his age. The two stories told above are trying to illustrate the form of art in two different regions. In Europe, the art is perfect and like an illusion which resembles something. In Asia, the art gives an essence of inner life and spirit. तो यहाँ दो तरह के आर्ट फॉर्म्स को कंपेयर किया गया है, दैट इज चाइनीज आर्ट फॉर्म एंड द यूरोपियन आर्ट फॉर्म. As in the Chinese story, the artist reveals the true meaning of his work to the emperor, who rules over his territory but didn't know the way within. The emperor only saw the outer appearance of the wall painting. The work was mysterious and Dao, which means something which has both parts, is what the artist did. As the painting was gone, after the artist reached the caves, the motive was fulfilled that some work is beyond material appearance. तो जो चाइना में जो लैंडस्केप पेंटिंग होती है उसका रियल व्यू पॉइंट ये नहीं होता कि लैंडस्केप को जैसा है वैसे ही आपने रिप्रोड्यूस कर दिया पेंटिंग पर वो कुछ दूसरे मीनिंग समझाते हैं. द चाइनीज लैंडस्केप पेंटिंग इज नॉट मेड विथ अ रियल व्यू पॉइंट बट एंड इमेजिनेशन टेक्स यू. द चाइनीज आर्टिस्ट wants you to travel by creating your own path and then come out in a relaxed movement. In China, this mode of seeing a painting is more enjoyable. A horizontal scroll is a form where one section of the painting is opened one by rolling it up to move on the other side. It creates a dimension which is not practiced in any other form of artwork. It requires both mental and physical participation of the viewer. The Chinese painter wants you to enter his mind and see the paintings from his thought. The landscape created by Chinese artists is spiritual, inner and of conceptual और एब्स्ट्रैक्ट स्पेस. यूरोपियन पेंटिंग में पेंटर वही पेंट करता है जो वो देख रहा है और उसको एज इट इज़ रिप्रोड्यूस करने की कोशिश करते हैं, जबकि चाइनीज़ आर्ट फॉर्म्स सेम टू सेम रिप्रोडक्शन की नहीं है, बट इट इज़ अबाउट द पर्सन हु व्यूज़ द पेंटिंग, how you look at the painting, what you understand it. The Chinese painter wants you to see the painting through his thoughts. और वो एक inner, एक spiritual way है of looking at any painting. Chinese concept और भी कुछ समझाता है. Let's see what it is. The Chinese concept of art is also expressed as san shui, which also means mountain water. It is used together to represent the word landscape. The two complementary poles of an image reflect the diced view. The mountain in the landscape is yang, which means to reach vertically towards heaven, stable, warm, and dry in the sun. Whereas the water is the yin, which is receptive and feminine aspect of universal energy. The yang is active and masculine and the opposite of yin. There is a third essential element which is a middle void, which is the place where they interact. The middle void can be compared to pranayam, which means to breathe in, retain and breathe out. Here, the suspension of the breath is the void in this meditation process. It is an essential part as nothing can happen without it. Hence, the white, unpainted space in Chinese landscape is equally important. तो चाइनीज़ पेंटिंग में एक जगह वो ऐसी छोड़ देते हैं जहाँ पर सिर्फ वाइट स्पेस होता है, वहाँ पर कोई पेंटिंग नहीं होती है. तो पेंटिंग के सारे जो कलर्स है वो एक तरह से मर्ज होते हैं वहाँ पर इन द माइंड ऑफ द पर्सन हु इज़ लुकिंग एट द पेंटिंग. तो प्राणायाम से कंपेयर करते हैं जहाँ पर जो कि एक योगिक प्रैक्टिस है. ब्रीद इन करते हैं और ब्रीद आउट करते हैं, और जब वो ब्रीद इन करते हैं तो वो अपने अंदर वो एयर को थोड़े टाइम के लिए रिटेन करते हैं. सस्पेंशन ऑफ ब्रेथ है, जब एयर ब्रीद इन करते हैं बस वही है वो मिडल वॉइड जो चाइनीज़ पेंटर्स अपनी पेंटिंग में ज़रूर यूज़ करते हैं. द मिडल वॉइड इज़ वेयर अ मैन फाइंड्स एन इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल. Man is the channel of communication in the space between heaven and earth, which are the two poles of the universe. Man's presence is essential. It is not being lost or suppressed due to high peaks, but he is the eye of the landscape. तो हम देखते हैं चाइनीज़ आर्ट फॉर्म इमेजिनेशन पे बेस्ड है, इनर और स्पिरिचुअल अप्रोच आर्टिस्ट के ऊपर बेस्ड है, जबकि यूरोपियन आर्ट फॉर्म रियल है और रिप्रोड्यूस करता है एक्चुअल व्यू ऑफ द लैंडस्केप. अगर वो एक कोई सीनरी बना रहा है, कोई पेड़ बना रहा है, तो वही का वही सेम रिप्रोडक्शन हम लोग यूरोपियन आर्ट फॉर्म में देख सकते हैं. नाउ वी हैव द सेकेंड पार्ट ऑफ द लेसन, गेटिंग इनसाइड आउटसाइडर आर्ट. Outsider art is the art made by untrained artists. For example, children or mentally ill persons. Art brut or raw art is a type of art made by people who are not professionals, but they create an art piece with their own depth and understanding and not from stereotypical form of classical or fashionable art. This article talks about Nek Chand, who was an untutored genius who created a paradise. He was an 80-year-old creator director who made the world famous rock gardens in Chandigarh. He used everything from a tin to sink or anything which he felt as an art form. One of his famous creations are Women by the Waterfall. Nek Chand is now hailed as India's biggest contributor to outsider art. The 50th issue, Spring 2005, of Raw Vision, a UK based magazine pioneer in outsider art applications, features Nek Chand and his rock garden sculpture Women by the Waterfall on its anniversary issue cover. तो हम देखते हैं नेक चंद एक ऐसा आदमी था जिसने सारा वेस्ट मटेरियल से एक बहुत ही सुंदर गार्डन बनाया है इन चंडीगढ़ और उसका नाम रखा है रॉक गार्डन। और वो इतना फेमस हो चुके हैं, हर जगह उनका नाम जाना जाता है। जहाँ भी आर्ट के बारे में बात की जाए वहाँ पर नेक चंद का नाम ज़रूर आता है। नेक चंद ने कोई आर्ट फॉर्म सीखे नहीं हैं, बस वो अपनी मर्जी से उन्हें जो मिला उससे उन्होंने कुछ ना कुछ बना दिया। नेक चंद की जो ये आर्ट के फॉर्म्स जो उन्होंने बनाए हैं वो उनको बहुत ही हाई डिजिंग हाइट्स पर ले गए हैं। And his art has been recognized everywhere, all over the world. Recognizing his art as an outstanding testimony of the difference a single man can make when he lives his dream, the Swiss Commission for UNESCO will be honoring him by way of a European exposition of his works. The 5-month interactive show, Realm of Nek Chand, beginning October, will be held at leading museums in Switzerland, Belgium, France, and Italy. The biggest reward is walking through the garden and seeing people enjoy my creation, Nek Chand says. And this article has been written in the Hindustan Times by Brinda Suri. So that's all in the lesson. Bye bye. I'll see you in the next session. Like and subscribe my channel, English and Science Zone.